Hello, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed your April and that you're going to have a wonderful May. We are 1 week away from UFC 274, and I just wanted to share with you my bets. We're going to rush through the undercard, and as far as the main events, I will kind of let you know why I think so-and-so is going to win, but other than that, I'm going to try power through this as quickly as possible because I got shit to do today. Anyways, here we go. Okay, so the undercard. When it comes to Journey Newson versus Fernie Garcia, I put $5.50 on Journey Newson. When it comes to Ariane Carnelossi versus Lupita Godinez, I chose to put $5.50 on Lupita Godinez. When it comes to Clayton Rodriguez versus CJ Vergara, I decided to put $5.50 on CJ Vergara. When it comes to Tracy Cortez versus Melissa Gatto, I decided to put $5.50 on Melissa Gatto. When it comes to Francisco Trinaldo versus Danny Roberts, I decided to put $5.50 on Danny Roberts. When it comes to Blagoy Ivanov versus Marcos Rogero de Lima, I decided to put $5.50 on Marcos Rogero de Lima. When it comes to Brandon Royval versus Matt Schnell, I decided to put $5.50 on Brandon Royval. When it comes to Macy Chiasson versus Norma Dumont, I decided to put $5.50 on Macy Chiasson. When it comes to Randy Brown versus Chaos Williams, I decided to put $5.50 on Randy Brown. Now here we go for the main card. For the main card, I had a really tough choice deciding between Donald Cerrone and Joe Lauzen. Like, as far as that goes, like, Donald Cerrone seems very straightforward, cut to the chase, I'm going to beat the shit out of you, Joe Lauzen kind of thing in regards to, like, his fighting. And then Joe Lauzen seems like, whatever, man, bring it, whatever happens, I'll roll with the punches, chaos, I'll fuck you up, you know, and towards Joe Lauzen, towards, like, Donald Cerrone. That's sort of how I feel like it's going to go. I feel like Joe Lauzen is more chaotic and more, more crazy like that. So as far as that one goes, I decided to bet my money on the underdog. I believe that's Joe Lauzen, $15. Now, when it comes to Mauricio Rua, Shogun Rua versus Ovens St. Preux, I decided to put $15 on OSP, and that's just after I've seen his flute choke and all that stuff, like just the way he keeps getting that, and he just seems like the real deal, you know, it just seems really like OSP might run through Mauricio Shogun Rua again, but we'll see how it goes. This is the second time they're fighting, and I hope that OSP wins again as far as that goes. Now, when it comes to Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson, I watched the videos that they did with Oliveira and the videos that they did with Gaethje. It kind of looks like Chandler has a bit of an edge above Ferguson, but Ferguson has had 3 losses in a row, and Chandler has had like 2 losses in a row. And I just feel like Ferguson has that extra psychological edge to push himself to win this time, or it's like, okay, I got to win this fight, or that's it. You know, I'm done with the UFC. You know, like that's sort of how I feel. Maybe Ferguson might feel going into this fight. So I'm hoping here that Tony Ferguson is really training his heart out and making sure that he secures himself for a win instead of like the 4th loss in a row. This will be Michael Chandler's 3rd loss in a row if Michael Chandler loses. And if Tony Ferguson wins, whom I'm betting on, I am betting $20 on Tony Ferguson to win. Good luck, Tony. Now, when it comes to Rose Namajunas versus Carla Esparza, we have seen what happened already, right? Like, we've seen what happened before on Tough 20. You know, like, Carla Esparza was, like, the first one in the straw weight to, like, have the title and all that stuff in the division. We have seen what has happened there. We've seen Carla Esparza get on top of Rose Namajunas, and she had a lot of top control as far as that goes, their first fight goes. Like, that worries me just a little bit for Rose Namajunas. But as far as that fight goes, I believe in Rose. You know, like, I believe that Rose watched the fight over and over and over again, and that Rose is kind of like training to prevent what happened in the first fight for the second fight. I believe that Rose Namajunas has this like edge, psychological edge about her. It's like, I'm never fucking losing against Carla Esparza again. I'm going to win against Carla Esparza. That's just how I feel that Rose is going to approach this, and she's like already champion. They've both already been champion. They're both awesome. But like, I feel like this is a new Rose Namajunas that Carla Esparza never fought with before. Even though they fought before and Carla Esparza won, I just feel like this is a new, evolved Rose Namajunas, you know, as far as that goes. So I put $25 on Rose Namajunas to win. Now, when it comes to the main event, here we go. The main event, Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. I mean, man, this is the tough one. This is a tough one. I've searched all of their fights. I've searched both sides of their fights, and like, you know what I mean? The way like Gaethje just like, ran through kind of Ferguson, kind of anyway, stuff like that, just the way Gaethje has all that knockout power, like his 19 knockouts compared to like Oliveira has like one knockout, but then again, like Oliveira has like 20 submissions or something like that. And I'm just like, going back and forth between that. It's like, it's almost impossible to know who's going to win for sure. So we'll find out on May 7th, right? But as far as that goes, like, I do not know who to pick, but like, I mean, I picked one already, but I do not know who to pick, like I spent all day studying both of their careers, where they came from, where they grew up and all that stuff. And after all of that, I've decided to kind of roll with what GSP said about them. Like he said, I wouldn't put money on the bet. I'm not rolling with that. I love you, GSP, but I'm not rolling with that. I'm not going to not bet. But like he said I wouldn't bet on the fight because of his, he's thinking that like it could go either way. It's 50-50. It's like flipping a fucking coin, which I totally believe is right. Like I believe that if Justin Gaethje wins, then he's going to do it in the first or second round. But the longer it goes, the more likely that Charles Oliveira is going to submit him as far as that goes. So if Justin Gaethje can win in the first or second round, then Justin Gaethje can win, right? But like ultimately, if it goes beyond that, then I believe that Charles Oliveira is going to take it. Like, sorry, Justin Gaethje, I know that you're a really talented knockout artist, and you're up against a really talented submission artist. I don't know who to choose here, like ultimately, but I'm going to have to play the odds on this one. And the fact that Oliveira just seems really, really composed as far as, this fight coming up goes. He just kind of feels like, oh, I'm on a spiritual higher level than Justin Gaethje. But at the same time, though, Justin Gaethje is fucking training with, Usman, and he's just like, he's giving it his all as well, but like, I feel like Oliveira's a smarter fighter, no offense, but it's like, as far as that goes, I just feel like Charles Oliveira's going to like maybe even trick Justin Gaethje by taking one on the chin and then kind of like playing possum and then like trying to get into a position where he can grab one of his legs on the ground or something like that. Like I feel like Oliveira is going to do something tricky and win this thing overall. But never count out Justin Gaethje. He has a puncher's chance, as everyone has been saying, but like ultimately, I'm going to have to put $25.50 on Charles Oliveira to win. So as far as that goes, those are my UFC 274 bets. I'm going to hopefully be streaming my live reaction of the pay-per-view, and starting from like the preliminaries all the way up until Charles Oliveira and Justin Gaethje. Hopefully I'll be streaming my live reaction. I'll put on the headphones and kind of like commentate on the commentating and like what's happening and stuff like that. And that's perfectly legal. That's nice and legal. But like I will have my live reaction, and I'll figure out a way to maybe kind of get like the strike card on there, like how many strikes versus how many strikes, if that's an option for me. But like ultimately, like this UFC 274, I already bought the pay-per-view. It was like $64.99 because I already have Fight Pass or something like that, but I bought it already. I bought the subscription for it, and like I traded shifts at work, so that I can watch the fucking UFC 274 pay-per-view, and I believe it's going to be a really good show. So tune in, and I always look forward to watching Bruce Buffer at the main events. Like it seems like every fight up before the main event, he like kind of takes it a bit easy, fighting, and then all of a sudden after the fucking main event, fighting. So it's like he's the man. Bruce Buffer is one of my heroes. If I could be anybody in the UFC, it'd be Bruce Buffer. I mean, the ring announcer, man. Stay safe, right? But anyways, I'm going to enjoy watching UFC 274, and I hope that you enjoy it as well. Good luck to Oliveira. Good luck to Gaethje. You're both talented fighters, and Rose Namajunas, if you're watching this, train harder. Even though it's a week away, I mean, you got to kind of take it easy. I hope that you're taking this very seriously. I know that you're super hard on yourself. Like, like the way Bruce Lee once won a fight, and then he was like, I should have finished him faster. I know that Rose is kind of like that from what I've seen anyways, from what she's been showing us from her career. She seems like the kind of woman that would be like, I got to finish Carla Esparza, like even though she lost that first one, I just feel like she's going to be super hard on herself to the point where that she's going to tear apart Carla Esparza. But it's definitely a coin flip as far as that goes. But like, good luck, Rose Namajunas. I believe in you. I believe in you. Respect, and enjoy the show on Saturday, May 7th. Take care.